event of a possible lockdown, your girl's covered, okay?
Classic.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. A very different type of video today. So we all know what's going on in the world. It's like the whole world is going a little bit cuckoo, and I'm not gonna lie, your girl is like a panicker. I am a panicker, and I started my coronavirus shopping 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna show you guys the essential bits that I've gotten, just to like help you if you're thinking, what should I get, what is good to stock up on, you know, especially if you're gonna have to self-quarantine. So a lot of people, why are people hoarding, why are people buying stuff? First of all, do not hoard, do not panic buy, but please do be prepared, because for me there's nothing more irritating than going to the supermarket and there's people in line with me coughing all over me. I'm like, have you not heard the directive? Like, if you have symptoms like of a fever or a cough, isolate for at least 7 days. Before it was isolate for 14 days, now it's isolate for 7 days. So I have gotten ready for 14-day self-isolation. I don't want to be going out and do food shops when I've got a cough or I've got a fever or I'm sneezing all over people or anything crazy, you know. But also I think there's a very strong likelihood that the UK will be in lockdown soon. Very important to note that that will not stop you having access to the supermarkets. You will still be able to do food shopping, but I think we can already see that there's a lot of stuff that you just can't really seem to buy anymore. And I don't know if that's because people are hoarding or just because there was never going to be enough. I don't know, it must be because people are hoarding. I don't know per se. But toilet roll, your girl cannot find toilet roll. But let me get into this video. So I've tried to get enough for 14 days and 3 meals per day minimum. Your girl eats a lot, it's probably more like 5 meals per day. And my mom will be joining me in my second week in 2 weeks time. Let me show you guys what I think is important to get. This was the first corona item that I got. I got this almost 2 weeks ago. My sister sent me a link and I think I got mine off eBay and it was £14. I think the prices of these have skyrocketed. I think like they're sold out in a lot of places, and I'm just thankful. This is what I mean by, like, you know, people might call it panic buying, but also it's just being smart, because things will go out of stock, things are being rationed, and I'm just really glad that I got this mask. But please don't go out and buy 5, 6. I heard someone bought like 400 masks the other day, and I just think, come on, like, please be considerate of other people. And also, can I say, like, if you're living next to the elderly, they're the most affected at this time, and they're probably scared to go to the supermarket or leave their house, or scared to be around too many people right now because of the risk to them and their life. So if you do live around old people, and you know, maybe offer them, can you do a shop for them? They might not want to go to a supermarket right now. Can you help them with a shop? So obviously you don't want to be buying too much fresh produce. Obviously buy what you need, like, on a day-to-day basis, but you want to get food that can last a while. So you want to be buying produce that lasts. So for me, some of the most important thing, being African, you know, your girl had to get rice. So I did most of my food shop at Lidl, and I'm not gonna lie, I got 3 bags of rice. So maybe a bit excessive, but I don't know, like, you just don't know how it's gonna go. If I quarantine for 14 days and I still have symptoms, I may have to add another 7 days onto that. You know, if my mom comes and stays with me and she has to quarantine as well, you know, I've just tried to be as prepared as I can be, but also be considerate of other people that are going to need stuff. So I've got 3 bags of rice, I've got 2 bags of pasta, and pasta was something that there was definitely a scarcity for when I went shopping. Like, the pasta aisles were damn near empty, the egg aisles were damn near empty, but over time, like, there was no egg a few days ago, but today your girl managed to get some eggs. So that's what I mean by don't panic. Like, even if there's stuff that's not in stock today, you'll be able to get some of it another day. And that's what I mean by, like, I didn't buy all this in one go. This is 3 different you know, shopping trips over the course of 2 weeks to stock up on what I thought I could need. So anyway, I've got pasta and rice, and obviously that I could keep for years. Not that that's going to be the situation, but that I could keep for a really long time. Obviously with that you need sauces, and being Nigerian, your girl got what she needed to make stew. So I got 8 tins of plum tomato, and I reckon that can make me stew for 2 weeks. But to make the stew as well, I needed red onions. Onions tend to keep quite well. I think these onions can definitely last for 2 weeks. And I've got red peppers. So these probably won't keep as long, but because I will be cooking the stews, it will be absolutely fine. These are for the stew, so that's not a problem. There is stuff I got for my freezer as well. I did get frozen veg because I don't think I'm going to be buying a lot of fresh vegetables or too many salads at the moment, but you still need, you know, the fiber that you get from vegetables and salads. So I did buy frozen veg, a few bags of it. I think I've only got 1 bag, to be honest. But I also got 2 bottles of cordial. To be honest, 2 bottles of cordial is what I would normally have in my kitchen anyway. That's the funny thing, like a lot of this stuff I would just normally have in very similar quantities anyway, but I just wanted to make sure that I had it this time around. One thing I did buy quite a bit of, I would normally have at least 2 cartons of this because I drink a lot of coffee. So I do see people buying like everyday normal milk, like in those plastic bottles, but obviously at this time you want long life milk. So the expiration date for my long life milk is September 2020, and I got 4 of these because, as I said, I do drink a lot of milk, and also for my coffee and also for my cereal. And the good thing about this is when you do open it, like I find it can last about 10 days even after I've opened it. So don't buy normal milk unless like you've got a large family, you're going to get through that. If you're stocking up for self-quarantine or self-isolation, or because of the lockdown that I believe is coming, just get like the longer life stuff or the tinned. My mum said she was buying tinned milk, so yeah, that's another good option to get. Tuna, to be perfectly honest, I would standard, I'd normally probably even have more tuna than this, like, so actually these are running out, but normally I would have 2 sets of full tuna anyway because I eat a lot of tuna. But tuna is obviously another one that can keep really well. Like all your tinned and canned goods right now are going to keep really well. So I got another 2 packs of tuna as well. Drink a lot of coffee, so I got coffee too. I got snacks, like I got some stuff that is just like everyday, like your girl's gonna need to eat. But I'm also thinking along the lines of comfort, because if the country does go into lockdown, I mean, we've seen Spain's gone into lockdown, Italy's been locked down for over a week, France just went into lockdown as well. I like, you'd be silly to think the UK is not going to be going into lockdown within the next 7 days. And lockdown's tough, y'all. So like, think about your comfort. Do you have movies? Do you have good internet access? Do you have snacks? You know, I wanted to get some wine, but I forgot my ID today. So I'm going back to go get some wine because I've got to keep my spirits up. It's going to be so important, you know. And y'all can watch me on YouTube because I'm going to try and keep the videos coming. But I definitely stocked up on snacks, and these you think are going to last a long time. But I initially bought 2 packets of this like 3 days ago, and 1 packet's already gone because, as I said, I eat a lot. So now I've got 4 left. So yeah, snacks, good thing to stock up on. Obviously also frozen food, but of course a lot of people don't have a lot of storage space in their freezers. I don't have a lot either, but I mean, this is stuff I would always have anyway, like in my fridge or freezer. So I just got some pizzas, or can't be bothered to cook, just pop that in, it's super easy. I got muesli for breakfast. I got 2 bags of muesli for breakfast. I eat muesli all the time anyway, but I feel like in terms of breakfast and what's going to last really well, because you probably don't want to stock up a lot on bread or like normal milk, but cereals and muesli, stuff like that, and oats are probably going to be the best sort of breakfast that you can stock up on. Even eggs, you don't really want to stock up too much on eggs because they don't keep that well. So muesli is a really good, like, coronavirus breakfast substitutes. I got 2 bags of that and honey, but that's just, I would normally buy honey with that anyway. Oh, also potatoes. Normal potatoes keep okay, but sweet potatoes, in my opinion, keep really well. So these will keep for at least 2 weeks. I got 3 big ones, but that like is probably enough for me and my mum for dinner, you know. So I got 3 big potatoes. So if you don't have enough room in your freezer for like too many bags of chips, you can just stock up potatoes and you can make your own homemade chips. So that's also another really good idea. Oil is obviously something as well that I think you are going to want to have some of, and people are buying liquid oil, but because I normally use coconut oil anyway, I thought, yeah, just get another jar of that. You know, it's not going to take up too much space, and you know, I've got half a jar left of what I normally use and just got an extra jar as well. So, oh, I also got noodles. So apart from all the pasta I bought some like really easy instant noodles. I got quite a bit of that because I do eat quite a bit of noodles anyway. So I just stocked up on that because that's super easy. That can keep for absolutely ages. And other than like the food that I wanted to get and stock up on, I also wanted to get stock up on like supplies. And I feel like supplies are probably what we're finding hardest to find. Toilet roll, cannot get any. I've been shopping quite a few times, cannot get any still. But last week I did buy kitchen rolls, and then today that I went there were literally 2 bags of kitchen roll, and I went there when the store opened. So within, like, even before I left, those 2 bags would have been gone. So I think people who can't get toilet roll are now stocking up on kitchen roll, so that's definitely a good idea. I got 2 of those, you know. And I also live with a housemate as well, so a lot of this stuff isn't just for me. If my housemate needs anything, you know, he's in the... So yeah, I've got 2 of those. Also, like, the most important thing, I can't tell you guys how many times a day I wash my hands, because I wear contact lenses, so I'm constantly like rubbing my eyes or touching my face. Every time I go out, I wash my hands. Yesterday also, I bought these antibacterial wipes. I got 4 packets of those because I did a scrub down of my kitchen yesterday, but I'm going to do a scrub down of my living room, my bedroom. I know people think, oh god, you might be going overboard, but I just feel like if you don't take this threat seriously, we could find in 3 months time, 4 months time, you know, the world has gone to shit. You know, this is something we can get rid of in the next few months, but only if people take the right precautions. So I am like using these bacterial wipes on the handles of absolutely everything. I'm cleaning my phone like every other hour, just because like I don't want to be putting my phone down in different places, especially when I go out, and you know, you don't know what it's going to pick up. And just think how many times you touch your phone in a day and you're going to touch your face. So the handles of everything I'm wiping down. I'm going to do a proper clean probably tomorrow now of my entire flat with these bacterial wipes. Also, I got gloves. Now these I always have anyway in my flat, but I got a pack of gloves just for like when I'm going like on the train, or people, especially if you live in London on the underground and you've got to hang on to the railings or like the poles. I see people like on the escalator just putting their hands down. I just think, darling, like 100 other people have touched that today, or what are you doing? Like, I wear like black gloves when I go and do my food shop anyway, just because I'm a little bit embarrassed to wear these white ones. But like, your girl is not leaving the house without gloves on at the moment. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the main thing. I did get some medicines. I didn't get too many. I don't want to panic just yet. She's there after buying all this, but actually this I already had. So I already had this box of ibuprofen. I've got really bad knee pains, so actually I went to get more ibuprofen yesterday and it was out of stock in a lot of places. So please be smart, do get things while you can, but don't hoard, don't buy more than you need to. Think of other people. I couldn't get any ibuprofen, but luckily I have this box already, and you know, ibuprofen helps fight flu symptoms and fevers, so that's good to have. And also I got some flu medication, because as I said again, if you do find that you do have symptoms and you're going to have to self-isolate, you're going to have to treat yourselves, because the GPs and the healthcare workers doctors do not have time to be seeing everybody, so you want to have this medicine at home. You don't want to be sick and then going out into the public trying to buy the things that you need. So I've tried to be smart, try to stock up on things. Obviously for my muesli as well, I got some yogurt. Yogurt will keep better than milk, but I think 2 weeks again might be pushing it for my yogurt, but you know, it's good to have at least. But yeah guys, that is pretty much what I've bought for coronavirus season in the event of a possible lockdown. Your girl's covered, okay? So let me know if you guys have thought of any other things that you've bought that you think like could be quite helpful if you're struggling. So I got my first bottle of antibacterial hand wash last week, but I managed to get another bottle this morning, so I'm glad to see that they are coming back into stock in a lot of places. But I will put a link as well in my description box for how you can make your own antibacterial hand wash at home if you can't get your hands on any because of where you are. But also if you're struggling to get your hands on toilet roll, please pick up kitchen towels or boxes of tissues. There are other things you can start thinking outside the box, and I think even some mouthwashes, if they have an alcohol percentage of over 55%, they can be really good as an antibacterial hand wash as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be safe out there, take this threat very seriously, because even if you get corona and it doesn't affect you too badly because you're young, think about all the other people that you might come into contact with who are at risk, you know, and some young people are at risk, like people who have asthma are at risk as well. So think about other people when you're going about your daily lives. Social distancing is key at the moment. Don't be shaking people's hands, don't be putting your hands down on railings and like escalators, and watch what you put. Just be careful and be mindful, and please self-isolate if you have symptoms. Please, please, please do not be coughing all over me, do not be coughing all over my mother, do not be coughing all over my sister. Think about how you would want people to treat your loved ones and treat their loved ones the same. I'm Uni, just doing me. Welcome back to my channel. I will probably be posting a bit more during this corona season, especially if we're going to lockdown and obviously people are trying to keep their spirits up and be entertained. So keep a look out for my videos, and also make sure you subscribe. Okay?